Can y'all hear me now? Let me know. Y'all can hear me now? Okay, cool. All right, yeah. Sorry. I have two XLR cords. One's connected to my recording device, the other one's connected to my soundboard for the laptop for when I stream, and I accidentally forgot to switch it. I was too excited to get on, you know? But yes, hello Carter. Um Ravens, yes. Oh, I said thank you for the hair about the hair. Yeah. One of them in the Discord thought I actually cut my hair off. I was trying to let them know. Now y'all see on the live tonight. Sexton was cooking the first. Absolutely, he must have basically known I was like essentially courtside because he really decided to. He did his big ones tonight, and I enjoyed every second of it. He did go cold. He did go cold for a little second there, but it's okay. But yeah, it was a good game. Fontecchio did hit one of his threes. I must have not seen it. No, I did see it. It's weird, like being at a game and like actually watching it because it's so close to, everything else going on. Not gonna lie, I didn't watch it. Heard great things. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't LaMelo Ball, there was no Gordon Hayward, but but the thing was like 84 points in the first half is just like insane. Did you wear a jersey or anything to the game? No, I'm not gonna lie. I just wore purple because like in Charlotte, despite them being a terrible team, unless they're facing off against like the Heat or the Celtics, like somebody would like or the Lakers, like you're not really going to see a lot of other teams' fans in the stands. So I was really one of the only ones in there. But I had to wear my purple. It's just mellow. Let me see. Lee, you said your video's uploading? I'm gonna check it out when I hop off live. Fontecchio not hitting second three cost me $45 and win is off of $2. That would have been nice. That would have been nice. Yeah, he was 1 for 4 today. Wow, 1 for 4 today. Yes, that I can. That I can. So you had a heart attack live in person tonight, right? I thought we were gonna have the first team to lose after at 36 lead or more. The only thing, I appreciate that. This sweater was like low-key crazy. I got it off Shein. I usually don't. Yeah. How's it going, Mac? Yes, sir. Okay, so with the lead that we had, when they decided they do low-key, the shipping usually takes a while, but when you order, like, I got 6 tops, 4 bottoms, I think. It was like $120, $130. And it got here with express shipping in like 4 days, so it wasn't bad. In fact, the I can't show you the pants, but I gotta post a picture. I'll be playing. But I'm gonna show y'all the fit one of these days. That said, getting down to the business, Lee, yeah, you're right. Okay, so in person, it wasn't nearly as bad as when I watched it on TV. I'm not gonna lie. Reason being, when I was watching it, I observed the lineup that we had on the court when the run started happening. It was in the bench unit. There was a lot of isolation play. There wasn't a lot of extra passes being made. Keontae was missing a lot of shots. Not a lot, but he missed like 3 threes back to back during one stretch. Jordan Clarkson was shooting bad, as a matter of fact. Yeah, he was 6 of 15 from the game. So him playing 30 minutes was effectively why the lead, shrunk. Keontae only played 12, almost 13 minutes. Olynyk played 18 minutes. Had 4 fouls. I'm not going to lie. The fouls were not as crazy as I'm accustomed to seeing like on TV. Like it's a different experience, I guess, going in person, obviously. But watching the game like up front, close and personal, when the lead was dwindling, I still wasn't panicked. Like it got cut down to, I think the lowest was what, like 14, 12, somewhere around there. And I wasn't super concerned because I saw the bench unit that was in. Now I was like, okay, he and the second Will's about to put in the starters. He about to put back in the starters. He about to, get them boys back on the floor. And it was taking a second. I started scratching my head, and then he started putting everybody in bit by bit. I think Lowry and what do you call it? Lowry and John Collins came in first, and then Sexton and Chris Dunn came in afterwards, and Fontecchio was already the first one on the floor. So things went pretty smooth. What's up, Jeff? Yes, sir. Glad to have you in here, my guy. But yeah, once that happened, things got a lot smoother for us naturally, and they closed the game out handedly. Sexton went cold for a minute, though. Like, that first quarter was so sexy, and then he just fell off a cliff low-key. He was hot, and then they sat the starters on the bench, and then, Jordan Clarkson started to get his run in of misses, and then by the time they subbed Colin Sexton back in, he was just lukewarm again, and so he just missed a bunch of shots. Still, even after that, he ended up hitting a lay to push the lead out, and then went 3 or 4 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter, I believe, if memory serves me right. With that being said, Fontecchio in 27 minutes was 2 of 6, 1 of 4 from 3, had 3 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal, no turnovers, box score plus minus of a +8. Lowry, 12 of 18 from the field across 35.5 minutes, 7 of 12 from 3. Yo, he was sparking. He was sparking those things. Only had 2 free throws today, perfectly fine. Had 12 rebounds, 3 of them being offensive. 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, one of them being that late, just holding the ball until the clock runs out. So I really don't count that. Realistically, he had 1. He did have 5 personal fouls. 2 of them were kind of iffy at best. But outside of that, pretty, really good performance. 33, 12, and 3. I mean, I love it. 19-point box score plus minus, tied for the person with the most, which was Colin Sexton, of course. Now, Colin Sexton, 9 of 19, 3 of 7 from 3, 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 of them being offensive. He had 13 assists, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it should be a season high for him, and he only had 3 turnovers to boot. 2 steals as well, and no personal fouls. 24 points, box score plus minus of a +19. We saw Chris Dunn, 3 of 4 from the field, hit the 1 3 that he took, had 4 rebounds, 2 of them being offensive, 6 assists himself, 1 steal, 1 block, and only 1 turnover. He had 7 points, and his box score plus minus was a +5. Jordan Clarkson, despite playing 31.5 minutes, he was 6 of 15 from the floor. 1 of 5 from 3. Hit the 1 free throw that he took. 1 offensive rebound, actually off of his own miss. He missed a 3-pointer, grabbed his own board, and put up a bank shot, and it went in. The Hornets fans were not happy about that, put mildly. He had 2 assists and no turnovers today, though, so I guess he just traded in his no turnovers for poor shooting, which, it is what it is. 14 points. Box score plus minus of a +7, believe it or not. Ochai actually had a decent offensive game today, smooth. First double-figure game he's had in a minute, if I am to be quite honest, I believe, since back when we were losing. He was 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 3. Oh, whoops, I was looking at definitely Walker Kessler. That was not Ochai. But I didn't hate Ochai's offensive play either. He did touch the ball a lot. Walker Kessler, 5 of 6 from the field, 4 rebounds, 1 of them being offensive. He had 3 blocks, 2 turnovers, and 1 personal foul, 10 points. And he had a box score plus minus of a +2. Ochai, 2 of 5, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line. He had 1 offensive rebound, 1 defensive rebound for a total of 2. He also had 2 assists, no turnovers, no fouls. Box score plus minus of a -4, though, because he was on the floor with Jordan Clarkson and Keontae George. Keontae George, his box score plus minus was a -7. He played in 12.5 minutes. He was 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. He was 5 of 5 from the free throw line, though, and he had 1 assist to 1 turnover. His EA scored 10 points total, box score plus minus of that -7. And then Kelly Olynyk, 2 of 2 from the field, hit the 1 3 that he took, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, had 9 rebounds. Only one of them was offensive, though. He had 8 assists, and he also had 1 steal and 4 turnovers, which was a little bit high for him, if I am to be so frank. But he only had 2 personal fouls, which was nice, and 6 points, box score plus minus of a +1. Omer, Luka, and THT didn't play. You know, it was what it was. What do we say here? Seeing Sexton's speed has given me the flashes of Allen Iverson. Yo, his start and stop gears is crazy. Curry just cooked Davis hard to send the game to OT. I'm gonna have to check up on that one then, Mac. I'm gonna have to check up. Sexton's biggest growth is him learning to slow down. Yes, taking his time deliberately and changing pace has been a game changer for him specifically. And it opened up the floor for his passing lanes. Like today, season high in assists. Just recently, he's had a couple of games with 7, one game with 8, this one with 13. Who would have thought, realistically? Like, yes, I am a fan of Colin Sexton's game, but realistically, who saw this turnover right here before our very eyes? You know? He said, I really root for the Dubs, but go Dubs. I want the nice seat. Nah, I understand. Lee, it's a shame that game has to have a winner. LOL. Yeah. Ochai was pretty good. Mm-hmm. Lee, indeed, it's not his speed. That's a question. It's the smarts and when to use it. Yeah. Good point. Right. They both throw in the towel and both lose. Unfortunately, there has to be a winner. Yeah. I hate to rant, but my bet since gambling isn't healthy. But my God, you guys would not believe the miracles that happened because of me to lose what should be easy win. Epic, you be going through it. I'm already knowing. That's the voice of a man who struggled, who knows the pits of despair. But you know what? Low key, my silent MVP for the game. Was John Collins. 31 and a half, almost 32 minutes. He was 9 of 13 from the field. He was 1 of 4 from 3. I didn't hate it, though. He took the right 3-point shots. He was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 10 boards, 3 of them being offensive. He had 2 blocks, and he did have 4 personal fouls, but I didn't hate the fouls. I'm not going to lie to you. I can live with those. He had 20 points, 10 boards, and his box score plus minus was a +10. Just watching him on the court, he didn't look like a liability on defense. I'm not going to lie. Now, granted, it is the Charlotte Hornets, right? But now that said, Nick Richards was eating. I'm pretty sure. Let me look, actually, so I can be specific. Yeah, 10 of 11 from the field. That man was dunking everything around him. He had 13 boards, 7 offensive. You couldn't really do anything about him. He's just massive and very mobile. Like, I know I say Walker Kessler's mobile, but that man, Nick Richards, was moving. And quick twitch jumping as well. Crazy stuff. Huh? PJ Washington had 43. I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, that's crazy. We allowed him to shoot 7 of 9 from the 3-point line. Never mind. That was when the bench unit was in. That's why it didn't seem to make sense to me. Leaky played 7 minutes of 2, 3, 4 from the free throw line. 4 personals. He's still trying to find his footing. He'll get there. All right, so what do we say here? I hate to run. Like I took the Wolves money line while they were up 12 versus the Spurs. Should be an easy win. The moment I picked it, the Spurs going to 12 run, bro. I mean, then follow up, the Warriors are gonna lose. Yo, Epic is fighting for his life right now, literally. Nah, but I've been there. But with that being said, moving on to the Hornets side of things, Cody Martin, 3 of 8, 9 points, box score plus minus -14. Miles Bridges, 8 of 19, 3 of 8 from 3, though. He was sparking low-key. Cody Martin had 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Miles Bridges had 9 rebounds, 6 assists. 21 points, box score plus minus of a negative 14, though. Nick Richards, 10 of 11 from the field. I need, what's his name? I need Walker Kessler to get Nick Richards' free throw because shooting 40-something% from the free throw line is not going to work. I need him to get better. Nick Richards, 13 rebounds, 7 being offensive. He had 4 blocks. They look good. 26 points, box score plus minus of a negative 3. Played 36 minutes himself. Brandon Miller was kind of good, but then he also struggled from 3, so it made him look like he was cheeks. Because if you take out his 3-point shooting, he was 6 of 11, but including his 3-point shooting, he was 6 of 18. 0 of 7 from 3, by the way. He played solid across the entirety of his time. 12 points, box score plus minus of a negative 6. Ish Smith played. He didn't score, though. He really played kind of the Chris Dunn role, but not as defensively efficient. Can't cook too much on Ish Smith because he's a journeyman. He's from this area, actually, of North Carolina. So he's like a hometown hero kind of guy. At the same time, 0-5 from the field, 3 rebounds, 12 assists, 1 steal, no turnovers. So he had a box score plus minus of a negative 11, so not great, but and 0-5 from the field isn't great, but can't beat 12 assists with no turnovers. That's a big facilitator on his big facilitation team. PJ Washington dropped 43 off the bench against us, 35.5 minutes, 17 of 22 from the field, 7 of 9 from 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, had 2 rebounds, had 3 assists, had 2 steals, only 2 turnovers. I mean, box score plus minus of a negative 7 despite it all. So he was really just cooking for his life. Leaky Black's rough showing. Only 7 minutes, though. 0-2 from the field. Missed the 1-3. 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Had 4 personals, and that really caught him up. A couple of them were a little bit shaky. Colin Sexton knew how to draw him today. That head was going back, and that body was shaking. Boy, I tell you. Nick Smith, 1 of 4. He played 19.5 minutes. 1 of 3 from the 3-point line. He had 4 assists and 1 steal and no turnovers, but he did have 3 personal fouls. Box score plus minus of a negative 5. We saw JT Thor, 2 of 3 from the field, hit the 1-3 that he took. I didn't know he had a 3-point shot on him. He did, though. 1 turnover, 5 points. Box score plus minus of a negative 0. Him and Leaky both at zeros. Everybody else in the negative. They said for them, Book Knight didn't play, McGowan didn't play, Nathan Mensah didn't play, Frank was out with injury, illness. No Mark Williams, no Kyle Lowry, no LaMelo Ball, no Gordon Hayward, no Amari Bailey for them, no Taylor Hendricks, no Micah Parter, no Jason Preston, no Johnny Uzang, and no Bryce Sensabaugh for us. And then alongside, THT, Luka, and Omer. Overall, really, really fun experience, really nice game. Things got close, but they pushed them, out of reach with due time. So I'm not mad at that. Oh my goodness. My corners. Oh my God. My forehead beaming. But no, it was good. It was a good game. It was necessary. It was vibe. What's good, Zach? My guy. Let me see. With all the great players in the West, do you think Markkanen gets the All-Star nod? I think he still has to. If anything causes him not to, it might be the fact that he did get injured for a little bit, but the shooting splits are there. Let me actually pull him up specifically. Larry Markkanen stats. Right, so on the season, we're looking at 24 points, shooting 49.7% from the field and 40.2% from 3. 8.8 rebounds, 1.9 assists, 0.9 steals, 0.6 blocks. To me, it seems like a no-brainer. scoring 20 because last season, let me actually let's do our statistical research to really let things be known. Survey says stats, obviously. I don't want to look at just him. Like, yeah, he's cute and all, but goodness. Last season. Yeah, last season he was 49.9% from the field, 39.2% from three on 7.7 attempts. He's taking 8 attempts per game now. Well, slightly over 8 now after this game. And shooting over 40% from them. He's taking slightly less overall field goals. Last season he took 17.3. This season he's taking 16.2. Less free throws, but on the same percentage. 6 last season, 5.4 this season. Overall, rebound wise, he's actually averaging 0.2 more. He was 8.6 last season. He's currently at 8.8 right now. Still 1.9 assists, still 0.6 blocks, 0.9 steals compared to 0.6 last year, and his personal fouls are down to 1.8 from 2.1 last year. Turnovers as well. Last season he was at 1.9. This season is at 1.2. But again, last season he averaged one more bucket, basically at 25.6 to his 24 even right now. I'm not mad at it. I think he still has to get it. You said, I didn't realize you live so close to the arena. Makes it home so quick. Oh, yeah. I'm like right outside of Charlotte. Hop on the highway. It was raining, though. That was probably the roughest part. Who goes ahead of him? Let me actually look up the Google. NBA All-Star voting. Western Conference voting. Okay, so they picked the top 3. Looking down the... Ooh, this is spicy. Oh, I don't like where this is. Players listed him as 15th. Fans listed him as 12th. Media rated him as 9th. Is that what that says? I think so. Total weighted score 12. That's not great. There's what? Rudy Gobert's above him. Chet's above him. What the Cat's above him. Victor's above him. DeMontis is above him. Sengun is above. Sengun is above him. Paul George and Kawhi, fair. And AD, fair. So how deep do they go? They go, what is it? It's 9. Is it 9 forwards, forward center, and then 6 3 and 3 from point guard shooting guard? Is that what it is? I think that's how the math goes. I don't hate it. Let me see here. So they have the starters. So if we go 6 more down, 1, 2, 3, AD, Kawhi, Paul George, fair. Sengun, Victor, DeMontis, and then so that's 6. So that means he's edged out. No, see, I disagree with this voting. Kawhi, Paul George, fair. Not gonna argue it. AD, fair. Not gonna argue it. Sengun, he's not there yet. I'm not giving it to him. Victor, they're losing. That's my rebuttal to that. They're losing. He's putting up pretty good numbers, but they're losing. Sabonis, fair. Sabonis is like that. People don't give him his credit. Cat, I'm not going. I'm not buying the Cat stock. Yes, his team is winning, but no, I'm not impressed by the 60 that he had. Because when it came down to it, he started shot hunting. He couldn't get a bucket, and his team lost because of it. They force-fed him the ball. He requested the ball. He couldn't get anything done. He got benched in clutch time. That told me everything I need to know. No. Defensive liability. No. Chet, his team's winning. He's not putting up as great numbers. Rudy Gobert, understandable if he makes it in. Kind of got to eat that one. So he's still in there for me. I don't care. He's still in there for me. Me personally. I can't put everybody else. Dang. It is deep. It's very deep. I don't think I don't like those. I don't like those odds. He said, I hope, but I doubt it. I think they'll side with Sabonis. I wouldn't be mad at Sabonis being in over of him, but a couple of the guys that are ahead of him right now, voting wise, should not be there. The younger guys specifically. Like Victor is playing very good basketball. Very good. But his team's not winning and his stats don't push the needle. So if you're gonna go by those metrics and rag on the same way people ragged on Andre Drummond back when he was with the Pistons is the same way they need to go ahead and treat him the same way. Right? Victor's playing great. Andre was playing great, but neither of their numbers are conducive to success from a win-loss category, right? They're still losing. So under that, I'm not, but that defensive impact, I have to think about that. That's a very good question. I have to think about that. Took them up 10 immediately. The Lakers come back, force OT, and now LA is up 4. But I swear I took the money line. Opposing team scores like MJ Pippen. Fair play. Savings isn't a bad pick, though. Can't be mad at that. Still disappointing. That's how it works out. What's up, Zach? Yes, sir. Had a random idea, but you should ask Tony Jones about doing an interview on your channel. Tony Jones? Who's Tony Jones? Maybe my brain just is failing me right now. Let me see. Tony Jones. Yeah, this is let me see. That's not who that's supposed to be. Wait, who does he coach? Help me out, Epic. Who does he coach? Or what is he known for? Put excuse me if my brain isn't properly working right now because I can't remember. I can't put a face to his name right now. He said for marketing to make another all-star, Jazz need to make noise in the playoffs, at least the second round. Lara averaging 25 points per game, maybe Sexton at least 23. Let me see. I think Sexton's been averaging low-key a little bit more than that over the past, like during their streak at least. Marco, what's good, my guy? Just chilling like a villain, you know. But he won't make the playoffs before All-Star, so I don't know. Do I have any pets? Nah, I don't actually. I used to have fish. But not anymore. They passed. I'm the only one that feels Kessler is soft, getting blocked, can't finish out the rim, always loses the ball, getting bullied in the paint. Okay, I'll say this. Usually I have an issue with Walker's toughness. Today I didn't hate it. One time he got stripped at the rim, but I saw the move he was trying to make, and I wasn't mad at it. Like he catches it, left. It was which block would that be? If you're facing the rim, right? Left block. He receives a drop down pass. I don't know if it was Sexton or Dunn, but he receives a pass from them off the wing. It might have been Fontecchio actually, but they give him the pass off the wing. He knows he has it. He pound dribbles to get into a spin. And when he goes into the spin, he's going to punch it. Like I see it in his eyes. I know that's what he wants to do. But when he pounds and he comes as he rips through, he gets stripped on the way up. I don't necessarily hate that because I saw the vision for the play that he was trying to make, and he wasn't doing some pansy, just a little weak back down, and then the ball got tipped from behind. Like he was genuinely trying to make a move. So I can't hate on his performance today. He was also 5 or 6 from the field, and he was finishing at the rim. But by and large, he does have more questionable games. Marco, I'm with you on that. He has a lot more questionable games at the rim. Hello, they're definitely losing. Guess he needs to hit the weight. He does. Cool little 10 to 12-ish extra points wouldn't hurt. Not either. He was hunting for his shots. Oh, you just said that as I was typing. Nice, Klay Thompson. I love you. Second OT, you're still in it. Are you serious? Warriors 4. Second OT. You talk faster than I text. Slow down. Hey, my brain's moving a million miles a minute. What can I say, Lee? I feel like he don't fix his problems. Going to be replaced quickly. We gave him a lot of excuse because he's not mature enough at times. Kessler needs to be more aggressive. The thing that will always give Kessler minutes is his defensive capabilities. So the thing that will prevent him from being the best player that he can be is his physical toughness at the rim and his shooting, right? Because we don't want a second Rudy Gobert. We want an upgraded Rudy Gobert. Let me put it that way. A second Rudy Gobert isn't terrible, right? I'm not gonna give that same big contract to a second Rudy Gobert though. I'll pay you because I love the way you play defense. But imagine how tough you would be if you could go 65% from the free throw line. Give me 2 out of 3. You know, 1 of 2 one time, 2 of 2 the next time. Get an and 1 dunk, make that free throw. That would be nice. You know, I wouldn't see an issue with that one if I am to be quite frank with you. But yeah. He said, sorry, we can't. We want the Dubs to win tonight. I don't know if anyone here cares, but the Lakers and Warriors just went into their second OT. Oh, yeah, that's what we're talking about in here, Ravens. Might be the only one who does. But yes, I care. Thank you for the update. Yeah. Oh, of the Athletic. Thank you. Because okay, there it is. Now I have a face because I remember like when I read his articles and I scroll down to the bottom, his little photos down there. Thank you. Okay. I was about to say because I know that I should understand it, but I didn't. My understanding is the reserves are picked by coaches and players. I feel confident when they see Markkanen's value over the other guys. Yeah. Yeah. Jazz next guy. Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah. Sorry, slow moment. Are you serious, Andy? You were at the game? Say swear, Andy. Say swear. Nah. I feel bad. Andy, you were there? He said I was there in spirit with both of you. Just realized the Clippers broke the Celtics home win streak. Yes, that was a big one. That's a big victory. That's a serious victory for the Clippers and a serious loss if you're the Celtics. Now, granted, they're allowed to lose, but we've put them in a position where they've played so well. It's like they're human at home, bro. Nah, Andy, do you have IG? You have IG? I need you to send me a picture of you at the game, bro. I was opposite of the Jazz bench, 7 rows up from courtside. Opposite of the bench, like directly in front of where Will Hardy and them are sitting, like 7 seats up, opposite of them. Bro, nah, I know you took a picture at the game, bro. I need to see that. DM it to me. DM it to me. That's crazy. If I knew you drove down from DC and watched them beat the Wizards on Thursday. Bro, you should have. That's crazy. Bro, if I knew you were at the game, I would have hunted you down. I didn't think anybody was out here. I thought I was the only one. That's crazy. You said it's hard to find one person out of 30,000. You'll meet him next time, but it's true. Jordan from DC, Washington. You were in what was it? You were in section 210 or 209, somewhere in there? Were you behind the benches, behind the team benches, or opposite of them? I know if they showed me, that would have been hilarious. Let me see here. Yeah, I was opposite of the bench. Yeah. Oh, plenty of Jazz fans there. Yeah, there was a surprising amount. Now, I was around an area where there was a lot of like Hornets fans, though. So it was a little bit of a different experience. I didn't necessarily love it because I couldn't get as hype as I wanted to. Because one of them behind me was sitting there. Now, granted, the lady did know basketball decently because I heard her talking about some local talent. This one guy Slim that Isaiah Evans. He plays for North Mecklenburg High School. He's skinny like Kevin Durant. Has a kind of similar game, a little bit more fiery in the temper, but just loves to shoot. Kid scored 72 in a regulation game. Well, it had 2 overtime periods. He sent it to overtime and won it in overtime in the second overtime. Excuse me, forced overtime, first double overtime, and then won it in the second overtime in the state playoffs last year. So he was tough. Yes, yes, bro. He was opposite of me. I couldn't figure out who the guy was that was chirping like that, but it was killing me. It was funny though. 225 opposite of team inches. Okay, so you were basically behind me in the middle. Okay. Okay. Dang. That's crazy. Appreciate you, Cam. You know what I'm saying? Tight. Am I cute? Am I cute? Am I cute, Cam? Nah. But dang. Well, I'm glad wait, Andy, is this your first time ever commenting in the chat in the live? Maybe that's why. He said, "I not too much." Nah, I appreciate the compliment, Cam. Saw somebody cheering for the Jazz, clapping. The Jazz on the defensive possession. I thought it was you. They were in a Jazz jersey. Bro, I have to get a black jersey. I'm not gonna lie. The black jerseys are tough. Seeing them in person made me change my mind. They're tough. mm, mm. Anybody remember the guy who used to bring props to scare people shooting free throws? He had a courtside seat behind the hoop. Not sure if he does it still, does it? Oh, I didn't even catch him. Yeah. Hornets fans were great. They stuck around the whole game and cheered. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The Hornets fans we're so used to mediocrity, we don't even care. Let's still stay there. I was surprised, like around halftime, I was like, oh, they're gonna go at halftime, get something to eat, and hit the road. Then I was like, oh wait, hold on. They're here. Fourth quarter comes around and you see people up in the nosebleeds still cheering, still there. This one section in the very middle, like courtside middle, was hyped the entire time. Sir, you should have been looking for me. You already know. He said he dies back in 2019. His son-in-law started bringing the stuff after I met them and I worked for the team. Wow. Wait, Carter, you work for the team? You got connects? You got connects, Carter? Talk to me. I made a couple comments on YouTube, but never live before. Tonight I'm sitting in a hotel outside of Charlotte. Okay. Oh, where are you? You in Concord area? What was the fit? Cam, I'm gonna send you a picture. Because I actually didn't flick it up because it was pouring rain the entire time outside. Mm. That's what's up. What was it like? Well, what was your thing? Did you just do like security or were you like in the video room or something? You look like if Anthony Edwards didn't diet. Wow. Yeah, you're done. You're done. You're in timeout. Yeah, around there, it's a big hotel park with a bunch of hotels. Nice. It's a nice hotel, I hope. If it's in one of the areas I'm thinking of, it should be nice. Mm-hmm. Golden State Warriors has me angered right now. Fair play. Anthony Edwards doesn't diet. Fair play, epic. Fair play. I understand. Micah Potter still got 4,200 fan votes. LOL. Let me see something. John Collins, 33,000. 3 player votes. Interesting. I was in premium sitting, so I worked in the closed spaces. I met a lot of rich people. Hey, that'll do it. Got to meet some players' families and a couple of guys from the NBA commissioner's office. I wish I had an NBA body. After that game, made me want to get in the gym. I want to get some shots up. I'm not going to lie. I was going to be a photographer for the Jazz at the beginning of the season, but didn't because I didn't want to drive up every game. My old boss at the Air Force Academy had connections. Fair play. That would have been an interesting opportunity, though. Ouch. But yeah, for sure. For sure. No, there was a healthy number of people with money around. Nobody wants to drive in Utah. It sucks so much. Fair play. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Man, I have to. I'm gonna be upfront and honest. You know, my recent videos bombing the way that they did kind of hit me in here. I was being a sissy. You know, and I let the numbers get to my head a little bit. but you know, going to this game really gave me a little bit of an extra like a little extra push in the right direction that I needed. So the expectation is I record after this. I might even go to the gym around 1 or 2 a.m. I'm not gonna lie, get some shots up. I'm debating right now because that's actually kind of crazy to do, but I'm really hype, low key. That said, you know, gotta wash the clothes and everything. You're in the zone. It's on the subs. It'll skyrocket around 1.4K. Bro, I'm struggling, man. 1.6, you think so? Okay. Because I gotta thug it out. Because like watching my video, like watching the Fontecchio video that did 44,000, and then the other one that did 8,000, and then I had a couple that did 4 and 3 and 2, and then it just dropped down to like 300. I was like, 300. My video must have been terrible. And then I did another video and it did the exact same thing. I was like, bro, no. But then I was like, you know what? It's okay because I still live stream. You know what I'm saying? I still do what I usually do. It did hit me a little bit though, because especially when you're like paying to get the videos edited, that also hurts. because it hurts the bottom line. But outside of that, tax information came in, and I have to figure out. I think the biggest learning point for me right now. I'm just talking about anything. But the biggest step that I have to really like focus on right now for us, or for me specifically, is seeing if I can get back some of the tax money that I gave, because like I bought a lot of equipment, like the laptop I'm using, my camera, my mics, like all that stuff. So if I do manage to be able to write some of this off and get some of my personal money back, because I like the money that I put into this is low key kind of crazy. I realized last year, full disclaimer, as a matter of fact, I worked for one school system, I worked for another school system, and then I worked security for 8 months out of the year. Um, Fun fact, um, I made about a little over 15,000 from all of them. So I made 46,000. When I tell you I have no money in my bank account, I'm looking at myself like a failure. Cause how? How did I make $46,000 and I don't have any money to show for it? That doesn't make any sense. But then I was like, obviously we had the car thing, right? The car thing was expensive. I was like $2,000 or $3,000. Golly. Um, like 3 or 4 actually. So that was one thing. And then obviously like buying my PC, which laptop, which was like 1,700. The cameras be $400. The mics are 200. Um, just a bunch of different stuff, and like the jerseys and stuff. Like that stuff costs money. And when I put that into context, it makes a lot more sense, because like, oh, I'm not an idiot with my money. I just spent it on the business. So I paid about like almost $4,000 in taxes. If I can get $4,000 back, y'all might see me next week. Let me stop. But no, if I do actually like get all the money back, I'm actually, yeah, Tyson's not in here right now, but Tyson said that he got that extra bedroom for me. So I'm gonna have to call him up about that and make that happen. I'm gonna be flying down, Oh, I'm gonna have to, I can't drive. That's a long way to drive. But yeah, I'm definitely, if if I can, because like I'm also young, so I don't completely comprehend the entirety of taxes myself. But like I'm gonna be real with you. Like between, so if we'll do some quick math, since we've been on here for less than an hour. So actually, just quick maths real quick. We have 2 cameras, right? That's $800 at least. 2 mics, that's another $400. So, that's 1,200. The laptop was 1,700. That's about $3,000. Just minor equipment is probably like up to $500. I also have the equipment I record with, which $400 for my switcher. No, $500 for my switcher, $300 for my audio recorder. So I've definitely spent it. I'm not gonna lie, excluding my PC, because remember, my PC was the original device I used to record off. If I count that and the screens and everything, and the screen that I'm actually like looking at myself on right now, and my lighting equipment, I've probably put about, oh damn, like $8,000 into this. Damn. Well, something. We'll get something. We'll get something back. I'm gonna figure out how to do that properly, and do that. And then, yeah, like Dink said, write off the tickets. Yeah, that would be nice. Even the little things add up, most definitely. Oh, that the Warriors lost. That's what I'm guessing, based on Mac's response. 4K, damn, definitely do a write off on that. Technically, the game tonight can be a write off. Plus, when you fly out here for a game, you can write off the game and plane tickets. That would be tough. That would be tough. If you come to town, we should get a meet and greet going. We'll figure something out. I'm gonna have to do me a little tour. So I have to do me a little tour. My son is waking up at the weirdest times. He just woke up, so I gotta hop off. I'll see you next one. Lee, I appreciate you like always, my guy. Take care of young Oakley. Haha. Let's see. Itemized deductions can be tricky. You have to get up above a pretty high threshold before it's better than just the individual deduction if you're going to do deductions for a personal business. Okay. That you work, earn money, the government takes and takes and takes. Absolutely, it does. Oh, Flair, you're in here. Yes, sir. Yep. I had to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? You said then you might need to report quarterly as well. Worth it to spend $100 and talk to an accountant. Yeah, I was definitely going to touch base with an accountant. The one thing that was throwing me off about it was like I low key want to find an accountant that works with like content creators, whether they be YouTubers or Instagram, Twitter, whatever the person does to make money. Just so they're familiar with my game in my niche area. I don't want to just pick like a random accountant and then they mess me up because then I'm cooked. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna find an accountant to help me sort this whole thing out and make it happen. Because I have like all the receipts. I buy every equipment thing that I have shipped to me, I bought off Amazon. As a matter of fact, the only thing I haven't bought off Amazon was my actual my desktop PC, and I bought that off iBuyPower. And so the receipt is still in my inbox. But like, I keep all my receipts saved and everything just in case. But yeah, you said just finished watching the Lakers beat us with free throws. Yeah, the irony in that. The irony. Oh, it's almost like the Lakers don't ever shoot free throws, right? They do. Fun fact. Hint, hint. Always. They always do. 145, 144. Insanity. But I understand it was an overtime game. Tayton. Bro, I haven't seen Logic in here lately. Wait, no, Logic said something in the last post. No, you're good, Tayton. All the way. The free throws killed us. Fair play. I figured as much. Yeah, I'm gonna turn that game footage into a video though, just so I can write off the tickets. If Sexton keeps getting to the line like he has lately, the Lakers are gonna try and get him. I already heard they were trying to get him. I was like, no, y'all can't afford this one. This is luxury. This is luxury. I'm not gonna lie. If the context we've seen recently, like since the streak started, and even just like in general, because even the loss he looks pretty good. If that's the guy we get every day, and his playmaking looks the way it looked today, every day, all-star point guard. All-star point guard. Maybe not a starter. Maybe you don't pick him over De'Aaron Fox. Maybe you don't pick him over. I personally pick him over Curry. I would if he continues to play like this. By the way, you probably don't pick him over Shea because Shea has ideal size and everything, and he's a genuine two-way player. But definitely on there. Definitely in a free. Definitely, I almost said definitely a free throw merchant. Definitely a guard on there as a reserve for sure. Sexton plays so good. Olynyk's line will get overlooked. That's the funniest part, Tayton. Yeah. If Diggy's put on the line, he's likely. Anyways, how's the game you went to? Oh, it was nice, man. It was nice. It was fun. It was crazy. I had a little fanboy moment at the very beginning because, like, I've seen NBA players in person. I've met what's his name? He plays for the Bulls. Patrick Williams. I met him because he actually graduated from the high school that I used to work at. So one day he came back to visit for his jersey retirement, and so I chopped it up with him beforehand and got a picture. And I almost didn't get a picture, but one of the other teachers told me, one of the girls, she was like, "Go take a picture. I'm gonna take the picture of you." So I went over there and I took the picture, and he made me look short. If I can find the picture, I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna share it with y'all. But He made me look little, low key. So I don't get starstruck, right? Because I'm a grown man, they're other grown men. I'm not gonna get starstruck about you, like, oh my god, you're different. You're simply built different. Like, nah, if somebody's tough, I'm gonna say somebody's tough, but I'm not gonna like fanboy in person. That's crazy. But I'm not gonna lie. At the beginning of the game, I was like, dang, I'm really at an NBA game. Because I've never been to one before. I think that was the bigger thing. Like, if I was to watch another game, I wouldn't be as shocked and like deer in the headlights the first like 2 minutes, but 6'4", Flair, 6'4". Say it with your chest. I'm Chris Dunn height. Yeah. But nah. Like seeing how tall Walker Kessler and Lowry are in person, Nick Richards is tall as hell. Like, I know 7 foot is crazy, right? I'm tall. I'm 6'4", and I look down on people. So just imagining they look down on me like I look at somebody that's like 5'7", right? So basically, like, me looking at Flair is Nick Richards and Lowry looking at me. That's crazy to think about. He said we were up by like 40 and somehow barely covered the spread. Yeah. It's because they let the bench run and Jordan Clarkson went on a tirade of misses, honestly. That 6 of 15 was crazy. I knew he was missing, but I wasn't aware of how much, he was missing until it actually happened. Can't believe LeBron is doing at 39 years old, bro. It's unheard of, and we'll never see it again. We will never see LeBron again, which is why I have to see him play. I've never seen LeBron play in person. I need to see him play in person. Because, like, that's my personal goal. I know other people have other things. We've had conversations in Discord and whatnot. But, like, regardless, I got to see the greatness in person, man. I don't care if they lose. Here goes Cam. Yep. Mike King is crazy. Man, look. And we had all these kids around us, and they kept complaining that it was unfair that marketing was so tall. I'm weak. That's how it be, though. That's how it looks sometimes. Have fanboy my first time, probably because I haven't seen my team yet, just the mid-Hawks. That'll do it. Wait, Flair, you're in Atlanta? Flair, you're in Atlanta? Let me know. Or, wait, where are you, actually? Congrats on watching the game. Who looks bigger in person if you wouldn't have thought? I'd be forgetting. Keontae is sneaky long. Pause. He's got a wide wingspan. Like, I remember in my head, I know he's like 6'3", 6'4". But watching him like get down and actually like play defense and seeing him get wide, I was like, okay, he's not as much of he has defensive potential, right? He can do just as much as Chris Dunn does on defense. His brain is smooth right now. We need to add ridges to his brain. That was the thing. Georgia? Are you in Georgia closer to North Carolina or Georgia closer to Florida? Let me know. Because I every now and then, I didn't go to Georgia this past year, but I went the year before that. Fontecchio is a lot bigger in person. He's a lot sneaky athleticer in person than he is like on TV. Like, yeah, we see him dunk and stuff. At one point today, he drives or he grabs a board or somebody passes him a dump off pass. He like darts across the lane and gets a nice float. He didn't punch it, but he got a nice quick float. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know that was in your bag, boss. But yeah, not in ATL though. Oh, no, you're good. Hey, Florida's a big place though. ATL is huge, actually. Back in the day, I was able to speak with Martin, Andre Miller, Karl Malone, and Larry Miller. My run-in with Larry Miller was quite a story. I have to tell you about it someday. Stories. Are you going to the Hawks Jazz game on February 27th? See my team this week though. NC. Nah, I couldn't get tickets. Oh, how about marketing should shoot 12 threes every game? I mean, if they play defense and leave them open like the Hornets did at certain points today, I see no reason why it shouldn't. I'm close to North Carolina. You're closer to North Carolina? Okay. How far time-wise are you from Charlotte? Just curious. Just curious. Charlotte or Concord? Just curious. That's our low-key getting good at dunking instead of trying to do the weird fancy shots around the rim. Yes, 5-6 for today. I'm happy with it. Did I love it? Not entirely, but I loved it a heck of a lot more than I've loved what he's been putting together recently. I'll tell you that much. Just 3 hours? That's good. That's really good. Takes more time for me to get to Myrtle Beach. But yeah, it was a great game today. Because the Jazz won. Honestly, got some good footage and things of that nature. Don't dox me now. Nah, I won't do that to you, Flair. It's okay. YouTube's not pushing our stream anyways. They don't care about us. Nobody would ever know. But yeah, we're just vibing. My eyeball. Okay. John Collins hit that first three, and I was like, finally. Then he missed the next three. He's still been good overall. Yeah, he had a great game today, despite him not hitting a darn three, only hitting one finally. So he's what, 2 of 20 in recent memory over the past 6 games. I'm convinced if Zion lost 100 pounds, bro would be able to jump to the moon, bro. Basically, Goku awaits on. Flair on Cam with the jokes, of course. Wouldn't be Cam without the jokes. Just won $5 on PS NBA 2K Tourney. After losing those bets, it feels like getting kicked out of the Red Lobster and having to eat a Jack in the Box. That's crazy, but I understand. 2 of them ridiculously high numbers. DeJounte to the Jazz for Kelly Olynyk and THT by Sensabaugh 2 first. Excuse me. Has to be my favorite package so far. Do I think they would say yes? If I remember correctly, I think they said they need back 1 starting caliber player and 2 first-round picks. Let me think. For the sake of Keontae George's development, I would say switch Kelly Olynyk with Jordan Clarkson, and we have a deal. Because even then, I think they're getting a lot. I would low-key like to keep Bryce, but if they think Bryce would be insane, maybe. I'm out. Got to get up in the early and drive home. Cheers. Pleasure having you in the live for the first time, brother. You know, hope to see you in some more. But regardless, I appreciate your support on the channel. You know, we're a nice little family here, and we just chat it up. That being said, catch you next time. And get some rest and drive safe tomorrow, please. Because I don't know if it's supposed to rain tomorrow, but if it is, the roads can be roading, and people do not know how to drive in North Carolina. I'm sure you've already realized that. But yeah, be safe, please. Kinda a lot from Murray. No, I don't think I've ever watched a Hawks game this year. I'm not gonna lie. DeJounte Murray has been cooking lately. Carter, I'll be the first one to tell you he's been cooking lately. That said, I don't know if I would give up that much because, well, let me look at the first. Cavs in 2020, Cavs next year. Not necessarily a lottery pick, but 20-ish. And the Wolves in 2029, they'll still be good then. 5 years from now, Anthony Edwards will be like late 20s. So yeah, they'll still be good. They don't have insane worth. I think THT is a starting caliber player. I would pull out Kelly Olynyk and Bryce Sensabaugh and send Jordan Clarkson. But Clarkson is a low-key very important. Like, at the same time, I still, yeah. I think we definitely could. We have the assets definitely to get him, though. We're on the streets that the Hawks want 2 first-round picks and a starting level player. Yeah, I could definitely see it. Allegedly, the Lakers are really putting the motion on it, but we'll see. Clarkson, THT, a first, a second, and a swap. Fair. I'm not mad at that. Low-key think the NBA needs to buff defense. The thing is, it's very hard to do. The only thing you can really do is the most viable thing to change that I've heard was to get rid of moving screens, right? To crack down on screens crazy. Because that's the only way to like stop the offense from getting as easy looks. Because you can't just force things. You can't force more physicality. That won't save you. It's just difficult, put mildly. Very, very difficult. I think we get DeJounte so long as the Lakers don't give up Reeves. I think that's very reasonable, Vesper. I think that's very reasonable. Teams are scoring darn near 200 points. It's getting kind of crazy. Lakers way overvalue Reeves for some reason. He's a culture guy. Like defensively, he's low-key a liability. And people don't talk about it because of how offensively effective he can tend to be and how clutch he can be for them sometimes when nobody else is hot. All of a sudden, randomly late in the third quarter when the other team's been going on a run, Reeves just cooks for like 6 or 7 straight possessions. I don't know if they take Olynyk, not in a timeline. Fair play. Might need someone younger. If we get DeJounte, somehow get to keep Olynyk, we maybe make some noise. Maybe win around in the playoffs. Yeah. Another key thing to think about, as far as like if we were to lose Olynyk but get DeJounte, that would mean that Chris Dunn gets moved to the bench, which greatly increases the level of playmaking and efficiency from that standpoint. And then you have somebody that's constantly paired with Keontae George to keep him in check offensively and defensively. Somebody's going to hound his ass to make sure that he plays hard and stays in position. Just a thought, though. This might be a hot take, but I think Olynyk plus THT plus 2027 pick, Lakers pick, over Jalen Hood, Shafino, Reeves in a 2029 Lakers pick. It depends on how close they think they are to being a good team. Low key. Not quite contender level, but good enough to pull off an upset. Yeah. If Utah kept Olynyk and added DeJounte, they'd be contending in the Western Conference. In my opinion, depends on how Will Hardy handles things. Under the assumption that probably you're looking at Jordan Clarkson being in the deal if Kelly Olynyk is not, I think I could see that because the shots will have to come from somewhere, right? Which means more proficient day-to-day consistent shooters will be the ones to take those shots. Will Hardy could figure it out. Might take him around 10 games to figure out the best rotation, but Hardy is amazing. I don't even think it would take him 10 games, honestly. It might take him 3 or 4, maybe. How fun was it to see Lowry in person? It was so fun. I'm sitting in the bleachers, right? And he shoots. And when the ball goes in the air, like if he's shooting that way, like on the circle, I'm leaning back. I'm like, like one of those. Like when he's shooting over here, it's like he shoots. Yeah, like one of those. Like I was happy. This game kind of reminds me of Durant's minus the mid range. Yeah, a whole lot of catching and shooting, but I loved it. Loved every bit of it. And he has a couple dunks too. A couple finishes around the rim. Tight windows and everything. We said what? Do you teach at the school you went to? Now I do. Yes, now I do. It's weird seeing the teachers that I went to high school with and being able to call them by their first name. I still call them by their last name. Saw the Hornets game in person? Yes, sir. You saw Luka drop 73 in person? In person, Flair? That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Side note. Teaching is a strong word actually this year. Because I have usually all the online kids that if you have a regular high school online class or you have a college online class, you come to me when you can't leave the school. So basically, yeah, I'd be babysitting, and then if somebody needs help with an assignment, I actually help them, right? Like if usually they'll write a paper, they'll be like, "Hey, can you proofread this? Does this look good?" Like if I send this in for admissions out of college, or if I turn this in, what do you think I'm gonna perform on it? Like I help the kids that way. And actually, surprisingly, math. I hate math, but I'd be helping them out with that too. It just depends on what they need. It's kind of like more so tutoring than actually like teaching a class. But it's different people each day, so it just picks. But they're always around me and everything, so it's cool. Side note: Luka dropping that. Everybody said when Luka dropped 73, oh, defense is dead. Defense is not dead. In fact, Luka, he had maybe 3 or 4 weak shots, right? With light contests. But for the most part, there was a hand in his mouth, right? There was somebody on his hip and he was just making the shot anyways. He was just on. And people are going to sit there and say, oh, they weren't playing defense on him. They were just letting him shoot his shots. No, there was somebody there. He was just better. And it's very rare that I see that, especially to that magnitude. Because usually there's like, if somebody hits, I don't know, 20, 25 free field goals, you're thinking like half of them had weak defense. I would say less than a quarter of his had weak defense. Like there was people there. Luka was just better. That said, there were other people that had scoring outbursts this season that I wouldn't disagree. If you were to say, oh, the defense wasn't played the way that it should have been. It was tough. It was tough. Definitely the best scoring outburst this season by a player by far, in my opinion. Always like my study skills teachers. Nice. Yes, sir. I enjoy it, Carter. For real. So you said four over 50-point games this week. Yeah, that's crazy. Actually, defense isn't dead. It's just not super effective right now. Best defender all time versus best offensive player. Best offensive player wins 100% of the time. I get obliterated for this take, but Luka's 73 was as impressive as Kobe's 81. Luka had 10 boards, 7 assists, kept making the correct pass even when he had a shot. Easily could have had 80 plus. That's not a hot take. That's lukewarm. That's not hot. I'm with you, Epic. I'm with you. Defense needs some help. Something has to change, though. Yes, the screen. My thing is on the screens. I'm a hand check demon. I love hand checks. If we're gonna say, you said hashtag bring back hand check. I'm with that. Just officiate it careful. But yeah, they need to make defense at least somewhat hype. Yeah, because viewership is actually decreasing now that teams are scoring as much as they are. Like there was a point where like teams were starting to get like 110s and 120s where it was like, okay, cool, you had a lot of fans watching, but now you see people just scoring 130, 140, and this is a regular occurrence. It's like, wrote a paper for that exact topic. Interesting. Travels and carries. There's a couple things travel-wise that need to be situated to be correctly adjusted, particularly when the ball first gets inbounded. Be consistent. If Buddy picks up the ball, takes 2 steps, and then dribbles, yeah, go ahead and call that for me, boss. Carries, I understand why they let carries go because they do happen quite frequently. Now, some of them are so egregious, it's like you have to call that. Like, if you don't call that, you're literally not doing your job. You're not paying attention. But there's other times where it's like, if you have an all-star caliber player that's playing 34 to 40 minutes on a nightly basis and on the second game of back to back, and you see like 3 possessions in the third quarter, they're doing hang dribbles and their hand like their pinky finger because their hands are so big, or just like come under the ball. I'll be like, you know, something like that. But yeah. If you block a shot out of the bounds, it should be your ball. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't hate that, Tay, and that's that's spicy. But then you have to contest like what counts as being blocked out of bounds. Nah, still, yeah. Like if you block it and it goes off somebody's fingertips, somebody else's fingertips, or off somebody's leg or something, and it goes out of bounds, you know. Will we still give it to the defense for getting that block? Like, would that effectively kill the possession right there if it goes out? These bad defensive teams are bad not because they don't try. It's because small teams just can't do anything to guard. Fair. Bring back hand checking refs, get fines for poor performance, and call more illegal screens. Yeah. The screens have to really get called out, and I don't think bringing back hand checking would hurt anybody. Now, obviously, you might not want a full arm bar like pressing into somebody's rib cage, giving somebody an elbow, but tracer arms, I love those. Block equals possession, fair play. Do you think they'll make any trades before the deadline? I think one trade might occur. I don't know what it's going to be exactly. I don't know how it's going to play out and who's going to be involved in it, but I do think there's going to be one. Jazz, one trade. So if it's a block on the stat sheet, it's your ball. Okay. All right. They should have to clear the 3-point line after an offensive rebound. That's crazy. Motivation to play better defense. Fair. Then you might catch a couple people in foul trouble though. Everybody will be too easy to get in there, get airborne. NBA feels like Smash Bros without the shielding. It was good. It was a good game. It was good. It was fun being there in person. Obviously a different vibe. Definitely my first game, obviously, so that was part of it. But happy for it. At least one trade, yeah. 1 punch per team per game. It's just a common foul. The Draymond rule. Just get a little bit violent. Just a little bit. Nah, I could see that. Not impossible. But yeah, any more thoughts, questions, or concerns? Suggestions, anything like that? If not, I'm gonna hop off here, take me a shower, and record. I'm gonna record 3 videos. I'm gonna record 3 videos before I go to sleep. I'm not gonna go to sleep until I record those 3. Because I need to lock back in, and I think this game really pushes me to that level. Because I'm not gonna lie, I got in my head, and it just wasn't. I wasn't where I needed to be. So I got to be better, right? I need to be better. The content's only going to get better if I perform better. So I think I'm in a good headspace to make sure that gets done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Thanks for taking the time to do that. I hope your channel grows and grows. Time for me to go. See you next time. No problem, bro. I appreciate you. I'll catch you in the next one, like always. You said, nice that you went to the game in person. Sucks you like it's a trash team city. At least we lukewarm. Yeah. I know how to get a Jazz championship. I'll bet on all 29 other teams and win it all. I'm weak. Hey, that might work. Perfect plan. You don't even need to bet on the Pistons and Wizards, Spurs, etc. Another live. Thanks for your work. Yes, sir. Of course. Night. Thanks for jumping off. I had to, man. It was my first game going live. I don't know when I'm gonna put out a video with all the clips, but I'm definitely gonna put together something to talk about it, and you know, a little day in the life vlog, like the girlies be doing. You know what I'm saying? Do you think they will try to trade for an all-star player? I could see it. It depends on who's available and for what price. For the right price, I could see some motion. If it's too overpriced, I don't think they'll pull the trigger low key. He said, also, why don't you have a southern accent? I am originally. Oh, wait. Was that a me question? Because I don't. I'm from the north. I'm from the north too. Flair, where are you originally from? I'm from New York. Yeah, DeJounte would make me happy. Delaware? Okay, so yeah. I'm from New York, so it just never like that southern country, just real grown man business, making sure you're really enjoying the basketball games and just everything that comes along with it. I have different voices, but it's kind of like there's very many different things that you can really just put your hands on when it comes to the game of basketball and just enjoying the ambiance of everything when you really go to games. There's nothing that I can say one for one that you have to like try doing. It's just I used to do a lot of voice changing when I was younger. Like I used to want to be an actor. So I learned to do different voices. And also because I'm from the North, I didn't really have that transition period where I just like developed a Southern accent. I can do one perfectly, but like it just doesn't happen frequently, I guess. But yeah, it's in my back pocket just in case I need it for something. I'll get over it eventually. Not the gambling addiction, but tonight's pain. I like how you put that epic. Dang, I'm copying you, but changing it to make it seem like I'm not. Man, look, in the middle of a video, do that. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. Just randomly, like after you see a clip of like the players, it pans back to me, and I'm just talking in a completely different accent. That would be funny. Now, Keontae George has been shooting phenomenal from the field as of late. He's actually up from 32% from the field, up to 39.4%. As a matter of fact, he's also shooting 36% from three by comparison to his 29% that he was shooting over the first 15 games of the season. Yeah, something like that, I guess. Lakers and Mavericks need to lose 5 in a row. I needed them to do something. Because we need a chance. But you know how it is. I'm gonna go ahead and lock in. Appreciate you boys tuning in like we always do. It was a fun one. With that being said, as always, appreciate y'all boys tuning into the live, making some time for me in y'all busy days. For some of y'all, it's now past midnight. For the others of y'all, it's probably 10 p.m., maybe 9 p.m. Bottle of water. Yeah. But make sure to like the video if you haven't, subscribe if you haven't, turn on post notifications, become a member, whatever you want to. Shout the videos out, let the people know that we out here. And with that being said, as always, good morning, good evening, good night, no matter where you're on the globe watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you boys in the next one. Peace.